So you probably heard the saying, you need 8 hours of sleep. And why I think that is very true, I think societally we have been distracted, we have been taught to consume, and most of us do not get a good 8 hours of sleep. And I know this to be true because in high school, I was addicted to like Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook. And in college, I just reinforced all those bad habits with partying and hanging out with friends and just socializing way too much. And so here we are in 2023. And one of my goals for the year is to average 7.5 hours of sleep per night throughout the whole year. Not hitting that number, but averaging it out, because I took account of my November hours and my December hours of sleep. Not every day, but I was like, every other day or something like that, probably half the days. And I was sleeping under 7 hours. And so for me, as an athlete, that's not enough. You can't recover off of that. Sleep is like a superpower of recovery. It's good for the mind, good for the body. So I think it was affecting my gym time, my work time, my relationships with people, my creativity, my mood. Everything felt not 100%. So this is one of the things that, I know we know it's important, but then the question is like, it's easier said than done. So how do I change? And so this is how I have changed in the past 2 months. I'm getting the most sleep that I've ever gotten as I've recorded this. So the goal for the year, again, is 7.5 hours. And the way that I'm recording this is I have a journal where I write what times I wake up, what times I go to bed, and I make 1 or 2 notes about the sleep. Did I sleep through the night? How did I feel when I wake up? How did I feel when I was going to bed? Was I dead tired? Was I up for 15, 20 minutes before bed? When I woke up, did I feel like a ton of bricks hit me? Or did I wake up just ready to roll and hit the day? So I can replicate that and do that and make note. And then I insert all this data into an Excel sheet that marks out if I hit the goal for the day. So we have cumulative total hours. Eventually, I would like to do some analysis on this to see some really in-depth stuff. What's really changing? What's really happening? And seeing how long it took me to actually flip into these type of habits. So that's something that I do. And I guess to quote unquote biohack, or to relate it to the brain's reward system, if I hit 7.5 hours or more of sleep, I like to highlight and green out the cell as like a positive, like good job kind of thing. And then if I don't hit 7.5 hours, like if it's 7.25, 7, 6.75, 5 hours, I red it. Like I just highlight the cell, I make it red, and it kind of like is like, well, you failed for the day. And so that's just like my little mini incentive. Plus, if there's a goal of 7.5, I love seeing the averages per month and average per year right now, where it's like January was 7.37 hours. That's literally just like 10 extra minutes of sleep a night would have gotten me to where I needed to be goal-wise. So now we're at like 7.4, 7.45 for February currently. I got 7.5 hours of sleep last night. So we got a little makeup. We got to try to get 8 hours. And that's my goal moving forward, is like, okay, can I keep hitting 7.5? Can I get close to 7.5? Because anything over 7 right now is a win. But to push that 7.5 is like the goal that I'm trying to get to at least by the end of this year, and then try to increase that as we move on. So that's just a little tidbit, a few mindful minutes there about my sleep and some strategies for how I'm trying to improve it, how I'm more mentally conscious of my evenings, because I know I need to get to bed in order to get those 7.5 hours. So you can have different goals with that, make it work for your schedule, make it as easy as possible to do and to record, and I hope this helps. So, as always, peace, much love. Thank you for watching.